Hello Libras, how you doing? Welcome to your energy tarot reading here, going from the 18th to the 24th of November. Are you feeling the change from Pluto going from Capricorn into Aquarius? If you are, well, we're going to be talking about that on Tuesday night, doing a collective reading on a live. If you want to be part of that, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you get the notifications for it. Where you can ask a question and we can talk about what it can possibly mean for the collective in the coming future. We also have the Libran 2025 energy tarot reading, which is going to be on a Zoom call. So if you want to be part of that, there's a link in the description below. You can ask a question and we can pull some cards on that question. So if you want to be part of that, as I said, the link's in the description below. There's also the energy update as well. That will give you a heads up on what's going on in the energies and the sort of elements that is going to be flowing through the system at the moment. We will be going into that a little bit later on. But in the meantime, we will be going into what's happening on your sign. So let's just have a look and see what the messages are from the Astroflower on your sign for this week here. So we've got the general energies that are flowing through you at the moment. The sky, there's no limit to it's almost as if like you're starting to believe in yourself, or you're starting to believe in love or in life or in connections with other people. It's starting to become concrete for you, and it's helping you to raise your vibrations in a way that is much more sort of joyous, much more open to opportunity within the relationships that are around you. Gives you a much higher look over the situation so you can see clearly about what's going on around you, making you feel a lot more secure about your relationships that are around you, or your spiritual path, whichever way it is. On your financial sort of side, you're gradually collecting into this future, and it's almost done here. It's almost as there's this transition that you're gradually going into, and it seems like this week here that it's becoming clear. It's becoming really defined for you, and it's helping you to focus your energies, your time on a direction that is good for you. It could be a new job or a business or a sideline, or just having a job so you can buy a house. It's giving you a real sort of direction in life, a real sort of focal point, as it were, in your future. So let's just see what the card has for us here. Nine of Pentacles. Air sign thing going on with the Nine of Pentacles at the moment. I think you're realizing now that there's things that are ripe for the harvesting in your life, and this is on financial side as much as in your relationship side. You're really getting the idea that actually life could be really good for me, and you're noticing that once you start harvesting one fruit, it allows the next fruit to ripen. Like a grape of tomatoes, like a vine of tomatoes. They start ripening at the end of the vine, and it gradually they ripen up through the vine. And this is what's happening for you. You're starting to believe and realize that, yeah, this good energy is good for me, good for you, as it were. Let's just see what's going on your relationship side. The karmic path here is set. There's an idea. There's something that you now want to experience within you, and this could be like one-to-one relationship, this could be good times with your family or your friends, spiritual path, whatever is really concerning you. You've got this belief system now that's in place, that's got a lot of foundation and weight and solidness to it, and it's like, it's almost as if you're kind of going, I'd like to try it out and see if it works, see if it works for me, and really engaging in life. Let's just see what's going on with the connection to the universe. Connection to the universe is very straight up. It's really quite high, and I've noticed this on a lot of people's energies as well, a lot of signs where it seems to be filtering only the cream through you, because you've got this idea on your karmic path. It's a very solid vertical sort of thing, and it's like the universe is kind of going, I'm going to take the pressure off you and only allow the best stuff to come through for you to test this idea, to put your tower to the test, as it were. In your past self, there's some things that are going to fall by the wayside from your past. This could be people, this could be relationships, this could be activities, this could be spiritual practices and stuff like that. But there's a lot that's going to come through that's actually helping to vilify or verify the idea of your karmic path, of what you should be doing or what you should be experiencing. In your future self, it's almost as if like you're harvesting fruit from your tomato plants, and the tomato plant just doesn't stop producing flowers. And it's like this exponential sort of, the more you put your energy into it, the more you get out of it. You know, and the more you put in, the more you get out, and it just gets even more and more and more. It's really quite nice. In the lessons from this week here, know how beautiful and brilliant you are, Libra. When you know that, and it makes you feel secure within you, you don't have to get that security from the outside world. And when you don't have to get that security from the outside world, you can confront anything by the looks of things. On your karmic path, yeah, this is all about that tower. She's got that 1-1 there. She's going off on that journey, but she's got the communication, the 8 of Wands that are in the background there. She's got those healthy boundaries. She's got this sort of like confidence within themselves in order to go out there and gain, life, to win at life, or to engage in a passionate sort of like connection with another person or with groups of people that really sort of corresponds to you. And look at that. The universe is only going to bring you in the cream of the crop, as I said. It's really bringing in just pure emotional joy. And it's not just love. It's also, everything seems to be sort of like on the relationship side. Things seem to be flowing in your direction. And it's like kind of going, wow, at last, things are flowing in my direction. That's the feeling I get from it. I think you can really start recognizing it as well. And from the past, yeah, okay, so it may be the fact that you're in a relationship, and it's now you're getting to a stage where you can really trust that relationship. It's really solid. There's some things that obviously that are changed within the past, from the past, but it's certainly about being in love with the Ace of Cups from the universe, and that from your past. That is a beautiful foundation for you, Libra. A beautiful foundation for you to be really driving on to, believing in yourself, feeling that confidence within yourself, so you can have confidence within the relationship that is around you, And in the future self, you get this converting ideas into reality. This is when you start believing in yourself. All of a sudden, you can kind of go, you know what, that idea that I had to do this thing, to go off on, to take my partner off on a voyage somewhere, go, exploring some part of the world, is now very possible because I feel confident about the person I'm with or the people that I'm with. I feel confident within my life in order to do that. And it's converting those ideas into reality is, really, really important. And in the lessons for this week, this is it, about nurturing your future. Look at that. That's the base. That's the base of that. That's the energy that's flowing through you. So I think you're realizing here that the more you invest in yourself and have confidence in yourself, the more that you can create in the future. It's a perpetual or exponential sort of thing that you can't stop doing, and it's pure joy as far as I can tell. There's a lot of joy that comes into it, that finally we can start doing what lovers are supposed to do, what a real relationship is supposed to do. That's the feeling I get off of it. Let's see what's going on your financial side. This is where we get that 2 thing. I don't know if we were talking about that last week. It might have been with you or something. But it's like the momentum of your karmic path is now starting to swing in your favor as well. Really is starting to push you into a direction that before might have had choices. So you might have been doing a job and had a sideline, and the sideline started picking up and getting a bit of money coming in and getting a bit more security. It's now a question of sort of saying, so I leave my job and go onto my sideline. That's the sort of thing. And I think it's yes. more than anything else. Definitely expansive sort of energy. What's the connection of the universe or the synchronicities or the things that are around you? This is very similar to this Ace of Cups that we get on this side here. It's very much that the universe is, as long as you keep going forward and exploring your talents and your capacities and your capabilities, the universe is really going to back you all the way. And in your past self has been feeding this a lot. You've been creating a lot over the past year, 2 years within your life. They may not have all paid off as yet, but it seems like now, if you allow you to swing into your strengths of what you've been doing over the past year, I think this is when the results are really going to start paying dividends for you. Let's see what the future is about here. Did I explain this last week? It's like a tree that's got 2 trunks on it. And one trunk is actually, it's not growing, it's growing, but not growing particularly well. But the other trunk is growing quite well. And it's probably better if you sort of like cut off one side in order to allow the other side to really blossom, which will increase that idea there of perpetual gains for you. And this is your future self. It's about a decision more than anything. Decision and timing as well, I'd say. In the lessons that come out of this week here, knowing that when you put down one foot in front of the other, that you are actually advancing. So knowing the work that you've done in the past is actually feeding into your success in the future. And this will make you a lot more efficient about creating that rewards for you, that gains for you within your financial world. Okay, on your karmic path, you get the 6 of Cups. Yeah, it's about the journey. You've already done a lot here, and I think there's a lot of benefits that you can bring from the past into your future. Certainly a lot to do with your joy and the things that you enjoy doing, your strengths as well, which you need to bring into the future of your past. And yet the universe is being incredibly strong for you. This is all about going off on a mission. I think the universe is encouraging you to follow that sort of sideline or that new job or that new business, whatever it is. It's giving you a direction for the future where it's pulling you into your future in a very powerful way. And knowing that when you invest your strengths, you get the results. And I think this is what a powerful lesson for you. In your past, you get the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is all about the evident path for me. We've now got the 6 and the 7. And this evident path here is from the past here. There may have been some cups that may have been working for you. But once you really look at the situation, you know, as I said about that sideline, you know, you're going to have to choose that sideline over your job. That means giving up your job. And it's going to become pretty obvious to you. It's no real choices to be made here. It's just blatantly obvious in front of you. And look at that for your successful. It's starting to bring you the results. You've now got a couple of aces on the table there. There's lots of good results for you in regards to relationship sides and your financial sort of sides. But on your financial side, this plays beautifully for you. This is playing to your strength, Ace of Swords. And it brings in clear vision. And with that clear vision, it brings in that victory that is constantly feeding into you and making you feel a lot more sort of positive or confident about where you're going in your future. And you are developing it. There is choices to be made here, but it's a choice about how you develop something over the next sort of 9 months more than anything else. It's learning about planting that seed into the ground so you can quadruple or triple or times your profit by 10 in regards to your job, your business, or your projects. Whatever you're doing, it seems here that you're sort of creating or cultivating your own luck and success as you go forward. Okay, so let's just see how the energies are playing into your life. Let's just see what's going on with the energies and seeing what's happening within your flower, the elements that it's touching, and pull a few messages, a few cards on the energies that are coming through the universal vibration. So here we have the sun. This is from the early part of November. In the earlier part of the week, we saw these two coronal holes here. Now, this is Earth energy that we're talking about. Obviously, we go into much, much greater detail on the energy update. Please do go and see it if you want to see the detail. Then we get these two coronal holes, which are near the polar caps of the sun. And then we get another coronal hole, which is pushing again towards the equator. And you'll notice it pushes these solar flares or these sunspots really tightly within the equator. If you and it's like the sun, the Earth energy in the sun that's coming through the prana energy, which obviously comes through the Earth and then comes through you, through your chakra and your Earth and your aura system. This energy here, this Earth energy is breathing. It's going from the equator to the poles, the equator to the poles. And as it breathes, it consumes the air energy, which has been in our system for the last 2 or 3 weeks, a major component within the energies. So it's the ideas in the past 2 or 3 weeks and how you convert them into reality. Now, the thing that's molding that is the filament energies. And if you look at the sun today, you'll notice there's no coronal holes, there's no sunspots, there's just filament energies. And there was a filament eruption which just comes off here, which is directed towards the Earth. Now, this was in the earlier part of the week. There it was just there. But it's a very controlled eruption, and it's not actually going to hit the Earth, or it didn't hit the Earth. It went south of the Earth, as it were, away from just below the Earth. But it is a controlled eruption, and I think this is where the energy is trying to sort of saying, have control over your emotions as you're starting to apply your ideas into physical reality. But one thing there is also within the filament eruptions, there's different types of eruptions. And we went into that in the energy update, and it shows us with filament energy, because it's water energy, it's all to do with emotions. We can see that there's also filament eruptions which tend to be very passionate. So, and this has been happening on the sun as well. It's not been directed in the direction of the Earth, and we can see it here, this filament eruption that comes off here, and it's got a lot of fire as well that's connected to it. So you may find that there's explosions of emotional situations that happens within the collective, but we have to approach it as individuals with controlled emotions. The moment we can do that, the moment we can start really constructing a future that's better for us as individuals, but also within the collective as well. And so that's what we're bringing through. So these are the main two energies that we're going to be looking at the moment. So we're going to be looking at Earth and water energies and how they combine. Now, you do have a lot of Earth energy within you, Libra. You have this mutable Earth that comes all the way through you here, and that comes from Virgo, your neighbor, your fellow, a fellow pure sign. But you also get this sort of fixed water that sort of comes in there. You also have this cardinal water at the base there that comes from Capricorn as well. But you have this sort of fixed water that goes all the way around you as a within your inner being, but also it's connecting to your here and now within your relationship side. So we're going to be looking at mainly this sort of combination that's going on, which is just under the surface, which is very much in the here and now, which is helping you to breed and build that confidence within yourself. So first of all, I think we're going to be pulling a couple of cards on getting a message from the fixed water that's coming in on your relationship side, but also giving that mutable earth energy there as how you can play with the physical world around you in order to get the best results. Similar sort of thing here. We're going to be looking at the playing with the emotion, with the earth energies that are in your material life, your job, your business, and your projects, and how you need to be fixed about your emotions, about how you apply it to it. And this is about sort of going ahead and making that decision, and going forth into creating that new idea or that sideline, which is really good for you. So let's just bring up your cards again. And let's start off on the relationship side. So we're looking at the emotional energies that come in here, for the mutable energies, which is how do you nurture these ideas that you have within you, that what you want to experience in the way of relationships in the world that is around you. Putting your tower up for the test. This is all to do with your karmic path. don't worry, you are safe, you are fine. You have these natural natural sort of boundaries that are going to stop you from being caught up in the whole sort of explosive emotions, as I said, in the outside world. So it could be the fact that where you're changing and doing things, people may not like that. People may show emotional resistance to you, enjoying life and being out there and really feeling confident about yourself. But you've got to have that controlled emotions that go along with it. And that's why it's fixed. Water is really going to help you. Let's see how you can play with it in regards to the mutable earth that comes through. You get these 7 of swords. Yeah, I'll make sure it's 7, not the 5. 7 of swords. I think this, normally it would be about, some people say it's lying, scheming, cheating, or whatever it is. I don't get that much of this card here. I actually get a lot of sort of like someone who doesn't want to have a battle and is actually playing to their strengths. They're playing to their intelligence about how you engage in the world in the way of a physical sense, so you avoid any complications going forward, because you're starting to believe in the in your own emotions. You're starting to believe in who you are, which is absolutely brilliant, and that's going to allow that love to really grow enormously. By ignoring the outside world, basically. Let's just see what is going on in your financial side. So we've got this mutable earth that's coming in between the Ace of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. You get the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is absolutely brilliant. I find it sort of like that sort of energy. That's the Queen of Pentacles energies, the Nine of Pentacles. She's collecting sort of fruit from the tree of knowledge. But the Queen there, she's actually sat underneath the tree of knowledge, and she knows when that tree of knowledge is going to give her fruit. And it's knowing that the moment is ripe for you to change a job or to actually push that sideline that is really going to be bringing you in the good results more than anything else. Let's see about this fixed emotion that you need to be. Yeah, the Queen of Wands. This is where you need to be very much in the here and now, and you need to be passionate about what you're actually doing. The moment you start applying that passion within your life, and that's going to bring you the Ace of Swords into it all. The moment you start applying that passion, that's when the magic of life can really start working in your favor. And it really can in a beautiful way that's going to make you feel very secure about your future. So there you go, Libra. Thanking you very much for all the support you give to this channel for the YouTube system. Hope you get the best out of these readings. Don't forget about the link if you want to be involved in the 2025 Energy Tarot Reading Zoom Room meeting. And also, I'll see you on the Energy Update, or I'll see you here, whichever way it is. It'd be lovely to see you again. And in the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.